easy. Konnichiwa minasan. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel where we discuss about Japan and Japanese. This is the series called Japanese Lessons for Beginners, and in this series today we are at lesson 105. The topic of discussion for today is conjugation of adjectives. This is one of the very important grammatical aspects. So let's start. Conjugation of adjectives. We have seen the conjugation of nouns using the to and ya particles. You might remember noun 1, to noun 2, to noun 3, or noun 1, ya noun 2, ya noun 3. So we will not go into that. You can go back into the playlist and watch the video of this if you want. So today is conjugation of adjectives. So as you know, there are two types of adjectives that we have learned, e adjectives and na adjectives. So there will be four combinations of adjectives if we talk about the conjugation. E plus e, e plus na plus e, and na plus na. So we will look at all of these in today's lesson, like how to combine two adjectives of these four categories together. So we begin with E plus E. That means there are two different sentences containing two different E adjectives. Now we combine the two sentences into a single one, and how that will be done from these adjectives point of view, we will look into that. So for example, the first sentence is Tokyo wa hiroi desu. Tokyo wa hiroi desu. Hiroi is the E adjective and which means wide or spacious. That means Tokyo is wide, Tokyo is spacious. It's a like it's not clumsy, it's not very densely, although it's densely populated Tokyo, but this is from the area point of view. So it's a wide area. Another is Tokyo wa oki desu. Oki is big. So Tokyo is big. So there is a difference between big and spacious. So this talks about the volume or the area, and big is from the total size point of view. So hiroi and oki, these are different adjectives. Now what happens when we want to combine these two into a single sentence? That means we want to say Tokyo is big and wide. How do we say that? Or Tokyo is wide, or Tokyo is spacious and big. So we say it like this. Tokyo wa hirokute ookii desu. So what do we observe here? Hiroi becomes hirokute. That means the E has been removed and this E has been replaced with kute. So, and the second adjective oki, it remains as it is. There is no change in the second adjective. So hiroi and oki becomes hirokute oki. So we can, so this is Tokyo is wide and big. So we can now formulate this concept that adjective A1 plus adjective A2 becomes A1 minus the E and adding kute, and then plus A2. The adjective A2 remains as it is. So this is the formula. So you have to remember that when we are conjugating two E adjectives, we have to remove the E of the E from the first adjective and simply add kute to it. So Tokyo wa hirokute ookii desu. Now let's take some more examples. Ringo amai oishii. Amai means sweet in taste and oishii means delicious. So both are E adjectives, as you can see, amai and oishii. So when we combine this, it becomes Ringo wa amakute oishii desu. Amakute. So the E is removed and kute is added. Ringo wa amakute oishii desu. Let's take another example. Manga. So you might know what manga is, but in case you don't know, let me tell you. Manga is nothing but the very popular animated comics in the form of books in Japanese. So just like anime, manga is also very popular there among all the age groups. So yasui, the first adjective is yasui. The second adjective is, oh, this is omoshiroi. I'm sorry for this typographical error. This is omoshiroi. Yasui is inexpensive or cheap, and omoshiroi means interesting. So manga comic is cheap and interesting. So we write manga wa yasukute omoshiroi desu. Yasui becomes yasukute, following the same formula. So manga is inexpensive and interesting at the same time. Next is bo, nagai, futoi. So if you remember, nagai is for long and futoi is for thick or fat. So bo wa nagakute futoi desu. So in the same way, nagai, e is removed from nagai, it becomes naga, and we add kute. So nagakute, and futoi remains futoi. So bo wa nagakute futoi desu. Bo is long and thick. So what do you imagine when we say long and thick? What bow could be? Do you know what is bow, which is long as well as thick? So bow is nothing but rod. It's the rod, or a, yeah, it's rod only. So in Japanese, any cylindrical, long cylindrical, thick uh, shaped object is called bow. So next we move into e plus na adjectives. That means the first adjective is e adjective and the second adjective is na adjective. So now the formula is this: e e adjective 1 plus na adjective 2 becomes e adjective minus e plus kute, which we have seen already, plus na adjective 2. That means it's the same formula as we have seen. So from the e adjective, e is removed and kute is added, and the na adjective remains as it is. There is no change in the na adjectives. It is if it is appearing in the second place. So let's see. Ringo wa amai desu, the same example. Apples are sweet. Ringo wa hoya hoya desu. Now hoya hoya. Have you heard about this word before? Hoya hoya means fresh. So apples are sweet, apples are fresh. Now if we combine these two, it becomes apples are sweet and fresh. And in Japanese, we will say Ringo wa amakute hoya hoya desu. So again, amai becomes amakute and hoya hoya remains hoya hoya, since it is in the second place and also it's na adjective. So there is no change for that. Ringo wa amakute hoya hoya desu. So let's look at some more examples. Boshi. Boshi is hat. So boshi is yasui. Yasui is again cheap or inexpensive. And steki. Steki means stylish. So the stylish hat which is inexpensive. So boshi wa yasukute suteki desu. So yasui becomes yasukute because it's the I adjective appearing in the first place, and suteki is na adjective which appears second, so it remains unchanged. Boshi wa yasukute suteki desu. Yama, mountain. Takai and Shizuka. Takai means very high, tall mountain, and Shizuka means quiet. That means the mountain stands high and quiet. Yama wa takakute Shizuka desu. Takai becomes takakute, high and quiet. Next is sukato. This is skirt. So you can see the katakana word sukato, which is pronounced as sukato. Mijikai. Mijikai means short, short in the sense of length. So the length of the skirt is short. That means it's a short skirt. And benri, and convenient. So benri is again dependent on mijikai. So since the skirt is short, so it is very convenient to wear it. So that's why sukato wa mijikai mijikakute benri desu. Mijikai becomes mijikakute. Mijikai is the e adjective, benri is a na adjective. So when we combine these two, mijikai becomes mijikakute and benri remains benri. Sukato wa mijikakute benri desu. The skirt is short and convenient. Benri is convenient. That means easy to manage, or which is very, very, like it increases your convenience basically. So that is benri, an adjective. So next we will look at na plus na combination. That means there is no e adjective in this group. So this is the formula. So now kute is nowhere to be seen. So a1 plus a2. If there are two na adjectives in a that we need to conjugate, then we add de after the first adjective, and it is followed by the second adjective. So that means we are not removing anything, unlike the e adjective where we were removing e and adding kute. Here only they will be added after the first adjective, and again the second adjective remains unchanged. So let's take this example. Mariko wa shinsetsu desu. Shinsetsu, this adjective we had learned in our na adjective lesson. So do you remember what is shinsetsu? Shinsetsu is kindness, kind. Mariko san is kind. Miss Mariko is kind. Mariko is kind. Mariko wa shinsetsu desu. And the other one is Mariko wa kirei desu. So friends, this is very important exception in adjectives of Japanese, that although it ends in e, this is not an e adjective. It is a na adjective because this word has come from outside of Japan, that is from China. So this is na adjective. Although it ends in e, it is a na adjective. So Mariko wa kirei desu. That means Mariko is pretty. So Mariko is kind, Mariko is pretty. So our objective is to combine these two. Mariko is kind and pretty. So what will be the answer? Mariko wa shinsetsu de kirei desu. So according to this formula, shinsetsu will be followed by de, and after that kirei will appear unchanged, and there is no change in kirei, the second adjective. So Mariko wa shinsetsu de kirei desu. Mariko is kind and pretty. Let's take few other examples. Otosan. Otosan is father. You can very easily, even though if you forget that what is Otosan, by looking at this kanji, you can very easily identify or recognize that this is the kanji of father. So this is the power of kanji. So this is the real advantage, that you need not memorize or need not remember the actual reading of the character, but since it is graphical, it's pictorial, so just looking at the picture of the kanji, you know what it means. So this is how kanjis help. So although kanjis are something that people are afraid of, but in this sense it is very, very useful, that we, looking at this kanji, we know that this is father. So anyway, otosan, the adjectives that we need to combine is, one is genki and the other is shinsetsu. Otosan wa genki de shinsetsu desu. My father is healthy and kind, and healthy we can say lively as well. Genki has gives a broader meaning, like it's healthy, lively, or which who is full of life. So that kind of adjective is generally conveyed through genki. Otosan wa genki de shinsetsu desu. My father is very lively and kind. So de is used here to conjugate these two adjectives, genki and shinsetsu. Kanai. Kanai means one's own wife. So if I say kanai, then that would mean my wife. Kanai wa teinei de shizuka desu. Teinei is polite, shizuka is quiet. So friends, I'm not sure if you have such a wife, but if you have, then you are really very fortunate, I must say. So anyway, kanai wa teinei de shizuka desu. So my wife is very polite and quiet. So again, de particle is used to to conjugate Teinei and Shizuka. Tomodachi Rippa Teinei. So Tomodachi wa Rippa de Teinei desu. So Rippa. Again, the word Rippa, the adjective Rippa gives a very broad meaning. It means magnificent, elegant, or of a very high stature. So if someone is very popular or who is held very high in the society, that is also Rippa. Then a building, a monument may be Rippa because it's a magnificent building, just like the Taj Mahal or the pyramids of Egypt. So with those monuments also we can associate Rippa. But from human point of view also we can say this person is very elegant. So Tomodachi, my friend, is very elegant or of a very big stature, and at the same time he is polite as well. So Rippa and Teinei. Tomodachi wa Rippa de Teinei desu. So again, de is used to conjugate Rippa and Teinei since both are na adjective. So here again, just like Kirei, Teinei is also ending with e, but this is again a na adjective and not an e adjective. So this is again an exception since this is a foreign word. Some more examples. Tokyo, Kirei, Niigata. So Tokyo is Tokyo city. Kirei is beautiful. Niigata is lively. So Tokyo wa Kirei de Niigata desu. Tokyo is beautiful and lively. Now, Kanai wa teinei de shizuka na hito desu. Now, earlier we said Kanai wa teinei de shizuka desu. That means my wife is polite and quiet. Now, if we want to add a noun after adjective, then we know that after a na adjective, we need to add na. So that's why kanai wa teinei de shizuka na hito desu. So that means my wife is a polite and quiet person. So this is the difference. Now person, which is a noun, is added after the adjective, and had it been e adjective, we would not have used the na. We would have directly written uh, for example, uh, what to say, like any e adjective will be followed by directly the noun and not through na. But since this is an adjective, so this will be Shizuka na hito. So kanai wa teinei de shizuka na hito desu. So you what why we have put this example here to let you know that there is no change in the conjugation of adjectives because of this noun. The rule still remains the same, which is there for one single adjective, that if there is an adjective, then to connect it with the noun we have to use na in between. So kanai wa teinei de shizuka desu means my wife is polite and quiet, and kanai wa teinei de shizuka na hito desu means my wife is a polite and quiet person. Similarly, Tokyo wa kirei de niigata na machi desu. Machi means city. So Tokyo is a beautiful and lively city. Earlier we said Tokyo wa kirei de niigata desu. Tokyo is beautiful and lovely. We didn't associate any city with these two adjectives, but now we are saying Tokyo wa kirei de niigata na machi desu. So Tokyo is a beautiful and lively city. So finally, last but not the least, conjugation of adjectives na plus e. So it follows the same rule as na plus e. That means the after the na adjective we add de, and the second adjective, which is an e adjective, it remains the same. So it follows the same rule as na plus na. So we directly move into the examples. Genki and ureshi. Genki is again healthy and lively, and ureshi is happy, which is the e adjective. So example, watashi wa genki de ureshi desu. So I am lively and happy, or I am healthy and happy. Genki de ureshi. Kantan omoshiroi. Kantan means easy, easy in the sense easy to solve something, and omoshiroi means interesting. So Mondai means a problem. It may be a mathematical problem. It may be a science problem. So it's a question or a problem. Mondai. Mondai wa kantan de omoshiroi desu. The problem or the math problem is easy and interesting. So here we again use de after kantan and omoshiroi remains the same. Now, friends, can you tell me if I say omoshiroi plus kantan, what would be the sentence? If I say mondai wa omoshiroi desu, mondai wa kantan desu, how would you conjugate these two sentences? So in that case, it will be mondai wa omoshiro omoshirokute kantan desu. Mondai wa omoshirokute kantan desu. But since here kantan appears first, which is an adjective, so it will be mondai wa kantan de omoshiroi desu. So here also we can do the same thing. Watashi wa ureshikute genki desu. Watashi wa ureshikute genki desu or watashi wa genki de ureshii desu. Watashi wa ureshikute genki desu or watashi wa genki de ureshii desu. Mondai wa kantan de omoshiroi desu. Mondai wa omoshirokute kantan desu. Shinkansen. Shinkansen is bullet train. So Shinkansen wa benri de hayai desu. So bullet train is convenient and fast. And again, likewise, we can say Shinkansen wa hayakute benri desu. So Shinkansen is fast and convenient. The other way around. We say it the other way around. Hayai means fast, benri means convenient. Shinkansen wa benri de hayai desu. Shinkansen wa hayakute benri desu. The same thing, just we are interchanging the positions of the two adjectives. Genki de kirei na onna no hito desu. She is a lively and pretty woman. Genki de kirei na onna no hito. So we are adding this noun here, and that's why this na is appearing after the na adjective. So this is again to represent the fact that there is no change in the structure of the sentence because of the conjugation of the na adjectives. Hirokute shizuka na basho desu. So Hirokute is spacious, Shizuka is quiet. So this is a it's a spacious and quiet place. Hirokute shizuka na basho desu, or we can say Shizuka de hiroi basho desu. Very very important. Very very important, friends. Hirokute shizuka na basho desu. Here Shizuka is the na adjective, so that means between adjective and noun there will be a na. Now if we change the position of these two adjectives, Shizuka goes here, Hiroi comes here, then Shizuka de Hiroi basho desu. So na will not be there because Hiroi is e adjective and there is nothing in between e adjective and noun. So Hiroi basho is okay. Shizuka na basho or Hiroi basho. And if we bring Shizuka in the front, then it will be followed by de, because after the na adjective it should be a de. So just remember Hirokute Shizuka na basho desu or Shizuka de Hiroi basho desu. So friends, there are two sentences, Genki na ko desu and Kodomo wa genki desu. What is the difference between these two? So the first one is Genki na ko desu means this child is lively, or the speaker is talking about a particular child, that it's a healthy child, it's a lively child. But when we say Kodomo wa genki desu, then that means the child is lively. So there is no specific child in this case. It's a generic statement that the child is lively or the child is healthy. But when we bring the adjective in the subject, then it becomes the subject of a particular thing or person. So this is the difference. So friends, that's all for today. We learned a very important and interesting topic today, conjugation of adjectives, the four kinds of combinations, e plus na, na plus e, and na plus na. Hope this lesson has been useful to you, and do watch our other videos which we are posting regularly on this channel. There are lots of content being posted, so do take advantage of all the playlists and all the videos. And also, for all these lessons, please keep revising whenever you get time. Just go back into the playlist and keep watching so that there is some kind of revision done and you will remember for a long time. So with that, I take your leave. Thank you so much for watching this video. Arigato gozaimasu. Mata imasho.